Have you ever reached a point where you're so exhausted that quitting feels like the only option? You wake up tired. You push through the day, you tell yourself to keep going, but eventually, even the smallest tasks begin to feel overwhelming. In moments like these, it's easy to believe you've reached your limit. It's easy to wonder if you simply don't have what it takes. But what if your exhaustion isn't proof that you're failing? What if it's evidence that you've been carrying more than most people realize? Today, we're going to talk about the difference between giving up and needing to recover. Because feeling exhausted doesn't always mean it's time to quit. Sometimes, it means you've been fighting for longer than you give yourself credit for. Think about everything you've been carrying: responsibilities, challenges, disappointments, unanswered questions, daily pressures. Even if nobody else can see them, they still require energy. Every difficult decision you make, every setback you overcome, every time you choose to keep going, instead of giving up, it all adds up. The strongest people aren't those who never get tired. They're the ones who continue showing up, even when the journey becomes difficult. So if you're exhausted, don't immediately assume you're weak. Sometimes you're simply tired because you've been trying, and trying takes strength. Many people confuse rest with giving up. They believe that slowing down means they're falling behind. But imagine running a marathon. Would anyone expect a runner to sprint at full speed from start to finish without needing water or recovery? Of course not. Life works the same way. You were never meant to operate at maximum intensity every single day. Your mind needs rest. Your body needs recovery. Your emotions need space to breathe. Choosing to pause is not abandoning your goals. It's preparing yourself to keep pursuing them. Rest is not the enemy of progress. It's often part of progress. One of the hardest parts about being exhausted is that it changes the way you think. When you're drained, problems appear bigger. Hope feels smaller. Confidence becomes quieter. You may start believing things like, "I'm not good enough. I'll never figure this out. Nothing I'm doing matters." But exhaustion has a way of distorting reality. It convinces you that temporary feelings are permanent truths. That's why it's important not to make life-changing decisions during moments of complete burnout whenever possible. Sometimes what you need isn't to quit. It's to recover enough to see your situation clearly again. A rested mind often sees possibilities that an exhausted mind cannot. Many people become exhausted because they expect constant visible results. They work hard for weeks, maybe even months, but they don't see immediate success. They begin asking, "What's the point?" The truth is, some of the most meaningful growth happens quietly. Just like roots grow beneath the soil before a tree rises above the ground, your efforts may be building a foundation you can't yet see. Every lesson you've learned, every skill you've developed, every challenge you've survived, they're shaping you. Even if today's progress feels small, it still matters. Small steps repeated consistently can carry you farther than occasional bursts of energy followed by long periods of giving up. We spend so much time thinking about our goals that we sometimes forget about the person trying to achieve them. You matter too. Your health matters. Your peace of mind matters. Your relationships matter. Success means very little if you reach it completely exhausted and unable to enjoy it. So take care of yourself. Sleep when you need rest. Eat meals that nourish your body. Move your body in ways that help you feel stronger. Spend time with people who encourage you. Make space for moments of quiet. These aren't distractions from your purpose. They're investments in your ability to continue. History is filled with stories of people who wanted to quit just before things began to change. Not because success arrived overnight, but because persistence eventually met opportunity. You may not know how close you are to your next breakthrough, the conversation that changes your perspective, the opportunity you've been preparing for, the skill you've been slowly developing, the confidence that grows from refusing to give up. If you quit today, you'll never know what tomorrow might have held. That doesn't mean pushing yourself until you collapse. It means continuing wisely. Rest when you need to. Recover when you're tired. Then stand up again. Sometimes courage isn't running faster. Sometimes courage is choosing to begin again after you've rested. So if you're feeling exhausted today, don't immediately believe it's the end of your journey. Maybe it's simply a reminder that you've been carrying more than you realize. Give yourself permission to recover, not because you're weak, but because even the strongest people need time to regain their strength. Your dreams are still there. Your purpose is still there. Your potential hasn't disappeared simply because you're tired. Take a breath. Take care of yourself. Then take one more step and another. Because progress isn't measured by how fast you move, it's measured by your willingness to keep moving, even after difficult seasons. Don't let exhaustion convince you that your story is over. This chapter may be challenging, but it doesn't have to be the final one. Keep believing, keep healing, keep moving forward, because sometimes the moment you feel like quitting is also the moment you're closer than ever to becoming the person you've been working so hard to become. Thank you for watching, and remember, rest when you need to, but don't give up on the future you're still capable of creating.